Yo, my dudes, what's going on? David here, and welcome to another reaction. This episode, we are diving into New Girl Season 1, Episode 9, called The 23rd. Hopefully, you've been enjoying the series. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what I can do to further entertain you guys. And if you enjoy the content enough and you want to see more of it, head on over to Patreon for the full, uncut, unedited reactions over there. Episodes extra early over there as well. With that being said, fasten your seatbelts. Let's ride.
What they want for Christmas in my ear, and then I use that information to subtly undermine them and control them for the rest of the year.
Ah, the true spirit of Christmas.
Winston, you better watch it, man, because it will take you down.
Oh, yeah? You want to go?
Yeah.
You want to go?
Oh, yeah.
I had figure skating lessons until I was 13, and then my mom sobered up and realized I was a boy.
God, I've said that. Let's go. Let's go. On the floor.
I'm telling you, man.
Both of you.
That's how things work. You know, Benjamin's in your pocket, La Pension, little 4 to the O to the 1 to the K.
Making me want to stay broke.
So what'd you get Paul?
I'm not telling you, but I'll give you a hint. It's fuzzy.
Well, I hope you didn't listen to Nick. He's the worst gift giver ever.
You're gonna kill me.
Schmidt, it's a menorah for you.
He's gonna miss it.
Oh, a menorah. Judaism, son.
He's gonna miss it again.
You can design your own perfume, base notes of cocoa because of your brown ness. Sea salt, because it kind of sounds like CC. And sandalwood. Sandalwood. I love you.
No, you're not gonna say anything, Jess?
Thank you.
No.
You're very welcome.
You're welcome.
Schmitty.
What the?
Hey, guys.
Whoa, Schmidt, Santa voice. This isn't Temple.
Ho, ho, ho.
Are those my shorts?
How you doing, Paul?
Good.
Has Jess not talked to you?
Oh, yeah, no, we talked.
she did?
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, it's hard. You know, it's really tricky. It's like she doesn't love you right now, Paul, but that's not to say she might not.
No,
love you
they
later. I think
didn't
that's
talk
a
about
positive way
this.
of looking at it. But it's hard, man, believe me.
We
He didn't.
talked about how we might have to drive you to the airport because you're gonna miss your flight.
Yeah, that was probably all you guys talked about.
Yeah. I just wish I could stay in this bathroom all night.
Ooh, that eggnog is deadly.
Yo, didn't even wash her hands.
Gotta get out of here.
Yeah, we do.
Hi, I'm the genius who brought my kid to this Christmas party. Looking forward to years of therapy over Dirty Santa.
Wait a
I
minute.
can't believe that he's even
Oh,
talking to you. He
she's still
doesn't like
pregnant?
anyone.
Yeah, I don't like anyone.
Yeah, but we're really working on that.
No, she's working on that.
I don't.
You know, you don't deserve to be treated like that. You just gotta tell her no. Otherwise, all she'll do is see you as a pretty face and a hot body.
I'm sorry, what was that?
You have a pretty face?
No, because the second part. And then I'd like you to say it like in an accent and but make direct eye contact.
Schmidt, do not push your luck with me.
How you doing? I can't talk right now. I'm in a real weird situation. No, Mom, I'm not high. I'm done with that face. I promise you I won't miss my flight. Okay. I love you, Mama. Bye.
He's gonna miss his flight. Guarantee he misses his flight.
Be sexy Santa anymore. It's over. Santa's dead. I killed him.
Oh my
No,
god.
don't worry.
All right, I'm your employee, and I work harder than anyone. I'm the first one to show up every morning.
No, you're not.
There's never a parking space.
Because everyone's already
Oh,
here.
you're so off topic right now. You're missing the point. You need to take me seriously, Kim.
Both these machines need toner.
They need. I'm gonna put the toner in the machine.
Come on, Paul.
Oh my god.
Christmas. Don't bring
Be
up
quiet, Nick.
Hey, have you guys seen little
Don't
kids
close
running
it.
around here?
Oh.
Why didn't he have a shirt?
You know, we ask ourselves that question every single day.
Does he think he's a D-bag? Mommy says he's a D-bag.
You know something? You're a really smart kid. And for that, Santa's gonna bring you extra presents this year.
Really?
Yeah.
Thank you, LeBron.
Okay, cool. I'll be LeBron.
You found him!
What the heck?
What kind of airline has flights that leave at 4 a.m.?
Oh, the kind that I can afford. Actually, what's that smell?
It's nothing.
That's my perfume.
Oh, God, that is bad. But the weird kind of bad that makes you want to smell it again.
Okay, there's something that we gotta do. Sorry.
Oh, what are you doing, man?
Excuse me, guys.
Oh, hell no.
Excuse me, we got a girl out here who'd really like to see the lights. Sorry to wake you if this is rude. Make it the candy cane lane or whatever. You spend all this time to show off and do it, so show off. You got an audience. This whole neighborhood is ridiculous. You all show off, so turn on the lights. Just go in the shed or whatever and turn your damn lights on, you show off. Turn on the lights. Come on, just flip this.
Turn on the lights. Oh, man.
Yelling at me. Please stop yelling. Mom, I'm not high. Stop yelling. I'm driving a car. I can't talk. Hey, remember Winston? Winston's my mom.
Oh, my God.
Hey, what up, Miss Miller? I wrote a poem about you. Want to hear it?
Alrighty, that is season 1, episode 9 of New Girl. Man, there is just such a common trend when it comes to the show itself. The friendship between the 5 of them, irreplaceable. It's just remarkable. It's so much fun. It almost, like, as crazy as this sounds, it almost got me teary-eyed at the end there. And it's just, we're only 9 episodes in. It's just the relationship between all of them. It's just, it's some of the best stuff to see. It does your heart so much joy to see how much they mean to one another. And so in this episode, obviously we get the gang going to a Schmidt holiday party at his job. And even before we get to that point, we see a scene with Jess and Paul where he tells her he loves her and she doesn't say it back. Which, obviously, if you're not feeling it, then by all means, you know, don't say something just because someone else told you it. I think the thank you was really awkward. I don't know if I would have went as far as saying thank you, but I think what she says makes sense. I think that her saying that she loves really hard and she's just trying to take things, you know, as slowly as she possibly can to make sure that it's being done the right way, taking the right moves towards it. I like that a lot. Man, it's so hard to rate shows or episodes of this show because they're all so good. And, you know, every single time I watch an episode, not only do I come in with high hopes, I'm almost always walking away satisfied. I'm always walking away very happy that I watched another episode. And so I'd probably give this episode a 7. I can see the arguments for 8. I wouldn't go quite as far as a 9. I think this episode did a lot of good, though. The only downfall to it, that I would say at least, is that I feel like Nick sometimes, I don't know how he feels about Jess. In the earlier episodes, he came off very much like he was kind of feeling her. And then here, I got that vibe yet again. But it's almost like he's taking a back seat because she's with Paul now. But it's like, I don't know if later on down the road there's a relationship or anything, or if they just continue to just sort of be those friends that never, you know, push it to that limit. But he always seems to be saying too much, which is fine. That's his character. But it's just like, it's a bummer, you know, because I knew that Jess and Paul didn't talk about it yet. I knew he was going to bring it up. So it's just one of those like downfalls. Winston, we got a little bit of Winston where we're seeing, you know, Winston's growing on me. He's definitely growing on me. He's not as in an episode as, you know, Nick and Schmidt usually are, but he's definitely growing on me. I like the whole LeBron joke. That made me laugh a lot. The way he was talking to Nick's mom was very funny as well. And then we also see that Schmidt likes, I mean, we knew he liked, or at least was attracted to Cece from the very first episode we caught. And then we see where that kind of sort of turned from just being attracted to her to actually like caring about her and like, you know, liking her and wanting to, you know, impress her. And it seems like Cece's always just going to be dating that, you know, D-bag, like they said in the episode, or, you know, somebody that doesn't really care too much about her. They just like her looks. And so the fact that Schmidt, even though the perfume smelled really bad, went out and bought, you know, made his own perfume and named it after her. That's like real ideal. Like that's real thoughtful of Schmidt. And so I like that a lot as well. Again, I like the whole, you know, going to the mall and exchanging gifts early on in the episode. That was very good as well. It's just the norm. Like from here on out, it's just, this is the norm. This is what to expect when you watch this show. You're gonna get something good every single time. I would be completely shocked if any episode was like, oh, this is terrible. This is some of the worst things I've ever seen, because you're not gonna get it. I've already grown too fond of the characters themselves. You'll never get one of those episodes where you're like, this episode sucked. And that's perfect. I mean, this is probably one of the sort of best new like comedies, I guess you can say. And I know I'm late. I'm jumping on the ship a little late, but I'm saying like newer comedies as like not, you know, your Friends, not your How I Met Your Mothers, not, you know, The Office, you know, those older shows. Like this is one of those newer shows that seems like they know exactly what they're doing. It seems very fun. It seems very, and I'm only in season 1. I've heard that later on in the later seasons it gets even better. So that's the only reason, like I said, that I gave this one a 7. I didn't want to go too high because I know there's more to come. I thought it's another solid, fun episode. I wouldn't recommend anyone to skip this one. I think the only one that I've recommended for somebody to skip, if I was telling them to watch a show and they had like limited time to watch it, maybe the Bell one. But I really wouldn't want anyone to skip any episodes in this show because they're all really fun. They're all really good. And again, I usually always come in with high hopes for something and then get let down. And every single time I come in with high hopes for the show, they knock it out the park. They either give me exactly what I want or they surpass that. And yet again, you know, any episode that is surrounded by Schmidt in any way, shape, or form, it's gonna knock it out the park. He's really funny and a really cool character. And I have no negatives, because even Paul, that I wasn't too fond of him early on, I like Paul for Jess, and I want Paul and Jess to work. So I'm hoping that he's understanding that she can't really push fast because of her feelings, and I hope they work it out. I really do. You know, I would be a little bummed if Nick is the reason why Paul and Jess don't work. Personally, that's how I feel. Like if it's gonna happen, let it happen because them two agree on not wanting to be together. But otherwise, like I don't want Nick to be the reason why Jess and Paul don't work out. But that is all the time I have for this episode. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Head on over to Patreon for the full, uncut, unedited reactions over there. I am going to get out of here. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I will catch you guys later. Peace, guys.